Love Wavey Science out now. I've got the man himself, Charlie Trees, in the building.
Hey,
what are you saying, mate?
I'm good, bro. How are you? Thanks for having me, man.
Mate, anytime. You're always welcome here. It's actually been a while, hasn't it?
I did my first set yesterday for like 3 years or something like that, bro. So yeah, man. Big up DeLacy, that was good. Still, but
Yeah, big up DeLacy.
yeah, it's been a minute, bro. I ain't seen you.
I know, mate. I know, and I've obviously been missing the music because I feel like, as if anyone's heard the project, they'll know. I just call it Charlie Trees music.
Yeah,
It's
like
yeah.
that. Yeah,
You've got your own style. You've got your own sound.
yeah. It's kind of. I've heard people describe it as like 140, but boom bap at the same time. You hear what I'm saying? Like 140 with boom bap aesthetics, isn't it? So no, it's nice. It's nice to be recognised for that.
I said I'm gonna take in the project,
Yeah,
and you was like, "Let me know how it makes you feel." And I was
yeah,
like, "Yeah, I love that."
yeah, man.
Because that's not a question that everyone asks. Normally it's like, "Oh, let me know what you think. Let me know." Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
yeah,
let me know how
yeah.
you feel. Do you know what? I would say it made me feel very calm.
Okay.
It made me feel very relaxed. It had my
Nice.
head bopping
Okay.
a lot of the time,
Oh, bless, man.
and I don't know. I feel like it's one of those projects like you've really got to listen.
Yeah,
Like It's not
yeah.
a background kind of project. Like you've got to actually listen, because when you hear some of the stuff that
yeah.
you're saying,
For real,
you
like
really need to
it
take
requires
it
your
in.
attention. Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Like it's a conceptual tape, and you know what it is. Like I want to break down to people like what it's about, but at the same time, I want it to be for people who are willing to break it down for themselves and
They can work
spend
it
that
out.
time listening to it, and like they're willing to kind of look for those couch potatoes that are behind the cushion that unless you picked it up, you wouldn't see.
Make
You hear
them
what
do
I'm
the work
saying?
themselves.
Yeah, man. I mean, you know what it is. There's real heads who listen to the music, and that's like obviously the climate musically right now is mad. But one thing about going to a show and the climate right now is when you go to a show and it's an artist who hasn't blown up yet, you go there and they are all real heads. These are all people who really love music. They're not just there for like Instagram or hit there because that's what their friends like.
music.
They're there because that's what they're feeling. Do you hear what I'm saying? I'm trying to position myself in a way where I can be kind of heard by people who are willing to do a little bit more digging with the music that they listen to, if you hear what I'm saying.
Love that.
Yeah.
How does it make you feel, the project?
Proud, bro. Yeah,
Yeah.
like yeah, man. Like I had a few EPs before I released this one, and but I always knew that I wanted to at least once in like my musical journey release like a conceptual mixtape, because I grew up listening to like, you know, like a grand don't come for free and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, I just knew that I wanted to do that. So now that I have done it, it's kind of, yeah, man, I'm proud. I just feel accomplished, you know, like
Love
that.
that.
Obviously, I still want to accomplish more, but I just feel like I'm in a good place currently.
Like
you
it's
know?
like you've almost, I suppose, set a goal, and you've reached that goal, and then
Yeah.
it's just about setting the next. And
Real-ish, bro. Yeah, real-ish. We're just gonna keep moving. I've got a couple other projects lined up that are there. I can't really
Couple?
talk. Yeah,
God.
man. Yeah.
Go
I
on.
mean, I'll be real with you. Love Wavey Science. I finished that in 2019. So like, it's been sitting in the archive for a minute.
I mean, don't get me wrong, there was a few familiar tracks
Yeah,
on there,
yeah,
which
yeah.
I know we've heard before. But do you know what? I feel like it was kind of good that you did still include them in there as well.
Yeah.
'Cause personally, I mean, I look at you and I feel like there's probably a lot of people which might have missed out on the drop, and now you've dropped the tape.
Yeah, man.
It's a refresher, so anyone that can check that.
Yeah, like with those tunes like Madness, Smile Back, Flowers, I dropped them in 2020, and the original plan was to do the campaign in 2020, but then like a couple things happened in my life, like my dad passed away, and I just wasn't really in a place where I wanted to release music. Do you hear what I'm saying? And also where I made it like a conceptual piece, it felt like I didn't want to take those scenes out of the movie, if you hear what I'm saying. So that's
No, I
why I
do.
left them in. Like you wouldn't take the scene where Scarface gets bodied out of
Nah,
the movie.
for real.
You know
And
what I'm saying?
I feel like you're not someone to rush something. You obviously want to get yourself in the right mindset
Yeah,
and be 100% confident in
yeah.
what you're doing and how you're gonna.
I hear you. You know what? I think that's one of my best attributes is my patience, you know, because I was speaking to someone today, actually, big up Louis Peng, and he was saying, this is sick. I showed him a tune and he was like, this is sick. Like, the bars are really lyrical. Like, this is really lyrical. And I said, you know what? I don't actually think I'm sicker than anyone. I just think I'm more patient. Like, it takes me so long to write tunes that I'm just super meticulous with, like, the patterns. And, like, I don't think I'm sicker than anyone. I think I just spend more time doing it.
It's just whether you decide. got something in the body you can try. Don't be scared to shut your eyes. That's when it's live.
Golden
I
teacher.
mean, one thing I did notice, you've stuck to, forgive me if I'm wrong, you've stuck to one producer, the whole project.
Yeah, yeah.
Is his name York Road or is it?
So it's they, innit? So it's York Road. Yeah. That's a road in Dartford. I bucked Ben and Elliot when I was in college, and then we went to the same uni together, and then naturally we're just always chilling. And they've kind of been with me musically since I was about 16, and I'm 28 now. So like, it's kind of like, it's one of the ones where the friendship come first anyway, sort of thing. And we always knew that we wanted to do a big project like that, but the creative process for it was kind of like a lot of obviously I make beats as well myself. They're a bit more techie than me though, so like I was kind of coming up with ideas. Some of the songs they kind of come to me with, but a lot of them they were like ideas, like, or I cut a sample. And then, to be honest, where all my projects before then, Seed and Root, were entirely self-produced, I wanted to just focus on rapping. Do you hear what I'm saying? Because I feel like on some weird Kanye-ish, I feel like when I know that I've produced a song, I'm aware that I've produced a song, and I don't really try and stretch myself lyrically. So I wanted someone else to take charge of the production so that I could really push myself in that way.
You know what, there's a York Road in Southend and all.
Is it?
Don't go down there over night time.
Nah, is it dodgy? Yeah.
It's a bit ropey around there, mate.
Alright, okay, that might.
Big up York Road, the producer.
Big up York Road, for real. Big up Ben and Elliot. Yeah, there's definitely. If that's the first time you've ever heard of them, it's your first time, not your last. For real, they're very active and they've got a lot of stuff in the pipeline as well. So big them up.
No, I might have to check out some more of their stuff. I'm not gonna lie, because the project was proper, and I'm not gonna lie, because I said to you I was gonna play Shut Your Eyes, which obviously we played a couple weeks ago, and then I was gonna pick out my favourite. I ain't gonna lie, that was a challenge. Picking out my favourite. Well, the one I went for it's like track 3.
Okay.
Life Like That.
Yeah.
And I think really I picked it because again I feel like going back to what I said about York Road and catering for your style.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just a perfect tune, and what you've done with your vocals on the tune, I was just like, yeah, do you know what, Char, you killed this, man.
Oh, thank you, bro.
So,
I really appreciate that.
Yeah,
man.
I think we're gonna give this a little taster.
What more can I say? I want more than this place. I want the peas in the yard and the whip and the girls and respect when I walk in the place. I'm sure I'm brave, don't push me to prove it. I might just lose it, insecure all in my brain, but I'm sure that the fame's gonna fix that. Front cover of GQ, big man, and I get your boyfriend's wig span.
Char, thank you for coming, mate.
Oh, bless you, Herbs. Thank you, man.
Love and Wavy Science out now.
It's out
all
now.
major platforms.
Thing that I just do fast. Man never caught me, but they try to say that they caught me. Truth it just all mad. Said you'd assault me, but I saw man and he stared at the floor, so it's all just bars. That's funny. Chat about work on the block. All for just 2 bills at the end of the week, so you could've just worked at a shop. Man wanna gas up the youths and say they made more though, so your man stirring the pot. But there's no bread there, man just sitting on the bread line. Better start turning it off. I can never be in a herd with a flock, cause I ain't concerned with a lot. Man, I caught up in self-image, finished. Man, I can't leave yard when the best shirt's in the wash. I witness it all, but that's none of my business, something like Kermit the Frog. Sip on the brew, I just stick to the truth. Don't care for your church or your God. No, I don't care for your place of worship. Trees for the people, I stay subversive. Speak for the feeble and jaded nurses, the weak and the evil, the aged and slur.